Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday Museday. I'm Kalani. This is World Drum Club. Today, we're talking about dooms and talks. And I don't know what else is happening here. Welcome. Let's get back to some music. We'll talk about the drums a little bit later. Okay, all right. Let's get all the right buttons pushed. Welcome back, everybody. How you guys doing? Yeah, a lot going on up here. Welcome, everybody. Bill, I think you were the first one. Let me see. Bill Bradley, hello. Welcome, Roseanne. Rebecca, Daisy, welcome. And who else? What other troublemakers do we have here? Charlie, welcome. And Cornelius, welcome, my friend. Tom, welcome. And thank you once again. Setting a nice example by doing some super chat, a little donation. We appreciate that. Geneva is here. Jonathan, all right, welcome. Christina H, yay. How you guys doing? And let's see, did I miss anybody? I think we're all caught up. All right, yeah, you guys. Whew, that's a lot of work. I don't even know what got into me today. I decided I haven't done any frame drum stuff in a while, and I used to do it back in the day when we first started the Tuesday Musedays, and I started doing looping. I don't know. I guess I had the frame drums out a little more accessible, so I was using them more. And I kind of missed them, you know. I mean, nothing wrong with congas and djembes and bongos, but it's kind of nice to break out some of the drums, the frame drums. So let me go through and just because I think maybe some of you are curious, let me show you what I'm using today. And by the way, I've got a couple music stands set up here. I know it's kind of hard to see. If we go to the side camera, you can sort of see. This is just a music stand with a piece of cloth on it. And it makes it kind of easy to just set all the drums right here so I can grab them. And that was a logistical thing that I had to work out in preparation for today's show. And I'm mentioning this because maybe some of you want to, you know, if you're going to do a gig and you got a few frame drums, this is something you could try. You know, make sure the stand is sturdy. These are very light, by the way. These drums don't weigh much. However, you know, you want to tighten everything down. I threw a cloth over it. That's holding two of the drums. And then I have this giant drum down on the floor, but I put, let me see if I can show you over here. I don't know if I can, but you see right here, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. Let me see. See here? I put these little furniture bumpers. There's 4 of them. Here, if I do it this way, you can see. All right up here. And the reason I did that is because when I set it down, I can at least set it on the floor and it doesn't start to roll away. It's just like a little table, right? So I put those on. I don't know if that's a thing. I did it on this drum. So I'll get to the drums in a second. But, you know, logistics are a big thing, especially when you're live looping. I got 3 frame drums here. They're all kind of big, and I don't want anything falling down like a differential gear falling on my foot, for heaven's sake. Let me show you this drum. All right, this is, where's the camera? This is a drum that actually my mom got me this drum when she went to China. And this drum used to have a python skin on it, believe it or not. It was a giant, yes, I guess pretty big animal, reptile. And it used to have a python skin. It eventually broke, which is too bad because it was beautiful. But I got it reheaded with a synthetic head, a Renaissance head made by Remo and installed by the nice people at Cooperman Fife and Drum. And they actually did some other stuff to the drum. Like they actually put a tuning system. That's what all these little, you see these little dark circles here? Those are Allen screws. So they split the drum and they made it tunable, which is amazing. So kudos to the people at Cooperman. If you don't know them and you like these kind of drums, go to Cooperman Drum Company. You can find their website. Great people over there. So they rebuilt this drum for me. You can see it has the rings on the inside, kind of like a Persian DAF, but this is different. DAF has a lot more of these rings, but this has the jingles, which is pretty cool. And it's kind of a beefy drum. It's got some weight to it, but I really like it. It doesn't have, now right now I'm just using my talking mic, so we don't have it all mic'd up. Let me get I have a mic right here in the back, and if I get up close to it, You guys hear that? If I turn that mic off, see all the bottom drops out. So I have this little mic back there, but that's another issue. All right, so there's this drum, Chinese drum. I've got an actual Cooperman made drum. This is the Bendir, and this is non-tunable, but very light. And the Bendir, and I don't know how well you can see this. It's kind of blown out in the picture. Let me see if I can go to the overhead. Can you guys see that? It's hard to see, but right here, you can kind of see it there. There's some little tiny strings, and those are the snare, actually. So this drum, it's got a snare, and what you can do you can leave it tight. You pull this little bunch of strings here, and it literally just tightens it. And then if I want to have no snare, I just grab it and loosen it, and now the strings are loose, and when I go to play now, no snare, right? And then I just give it a little pull on the strings, and now isn't that a cool sound? I love that. So this is a very lightweight drum. It's got the thumb hole cut in there, which makes it easy, because holding this drum, you know, like with your thumb would be it'd be a tall task. So it has this little thumb hole, which I like. And that allows you to get your bottom hand up, you know, up onto the head, so you can do your dooms and tucks. All right, let's get to the last drum. The last frame drum I have here is a bow run without the bows in it, without the cross pieces. So when I bought this drum, and this is a Cooperman Glen Velez model, I think it's a 20, I want to say. 20-inch. It had a piece going here. You can see the little mounts, right? There's two. One down here. Where is it? One down here. And one up here at the top. And so there used to be a crossbar in this. Not two, but just one. And it broke. And I have not replaced it, because it's not really necessary. I often just, either I hold the drum, you know, like this in the bottom, and I just play like I did, or I set it on my lap, and we do lap style, you know, which is like this, right, which is another common style. So this is an awesome drum, especially when you get it up. Let's get it on the rear mic here. And it's a drum that has a lot of sustain, and you can take your time, you know, with that, and just enjoy the sound. That's something that I was trying to do in the beginning, just, you know, not rush and get all frenetic right away. There's plenty of time for frenzied frame drumming later on, but I wanted to give you guys just to enjoy the sound, you know, enjoy the sound of the instruments, because they all sound really interesting. I think they're all different. Some have jingles, some have snares, some have none, and they're different sizes. And so together, right, we end up with this kind of pretty cool thing. That's not a drum. What is that? So yeah, that was the idea with today's opening, is just to get kind of a, you know, a lot of frame drums and having a conversation and filling, you know, playing in the blanks, leaving some spaces in the first part so I could have like a call and response thing, a little drum melody. And then from there, we got crazy. So what else did we add? We added cajon, which is right down here. I don't usually have a cajon camera, but I decided to do this today. So I'm playing the Kopf percussion cajon, one of my favorites. And then we add some fun stuff on top of that, right? You guys, we had this. We had this, which is it's a three horn little bicycle bell thing. I don't know if it's on a bicycle or not, but it's a horn, a three bell horn, 3 note horn. And I just decided to add that in because it's fun. Why not? So that's what that looks like. It's a bulb horn, a triple bulb horn. What do you want for Christmas? Triple bulb horn. If anybody gets you one of those, they're going to be sorry, right? And then we had, and I still don't know the name, but this is my, I mentioned this a while ago. This is Ethiopian. It's a sistrum, but I don't know the exact name, but it's a really, I wanted to get a sound that would resonate with the frame drums, and the sistrum is one of the early percussion instruments used in Egypt, used in, Africa, right? Ethiopia. And that's where this came from. Although, I mean, I didn't bring it from there. I bought it from another percussionist, but I saw in a documentary this particular style of sistrum used in Ethiopia. So I'm kind of making that assumption. But isn't that a nice sound? It's bright, but it's got body. It's not just all jingle high pitch. It's got some, mid. Like, it's got some substance to it. So that's the sistrum. And then we had opposite that in the mix. We had the tambourine. This is just a jingle, like for a hi-hat, right? This is like, you put this on your hi-hat. And I just like it. Like, you could play it like that, right? And it's just jingles. It has a lot of jingles, though. It's double row. Two full circles of jingles. And so again, it has that kind of, I don't know, I feel like a little bit of a Moroccan, cymbal kind of vibe is what I was going for. So that's what I used there. And then we had a high E Native American style flute made by Wood Sounds Flutes, Brent Haynes. And yeah, that's just an E flute. If I had a double reed instrument, or something that sounded really funky, I would have put it over the top of that, but I don't. I don't think I do. Actually, a kazoo, like a really high kazoo, would have worked over that too. All right, I think you guys let me know if I left anything out of the instruments. If you have questions, let me know if I forgot anything. I'll try to check the chat. And let's see. And then I did a bit of overtone singing, which is a vocal technique where I'll just use what Glenn Velez, who designed this drum here, coincidentally. The way Glenn kind of describes overtone singing is he says, you say the word hurry slowly, which is kind of cool, right? And what you're doing is you're changing the shape of the inside of your mouth with your tongue, essentially, moving your tongue back and forth, kind of like if you guys say hurry, you'll, of course, witness firsthand how maybe the inside of your mouth shape changes. And when you change all that stuff in your mouth, move your tongue front and back and change the shape of the opening in your mouth, you're going to change the way certain harmonics resonate. We call those formants or harmonics. And then you're going to bring certain notes that are in your voice already. You're going to bring them out. You're going to accentuate them or bring them forward. And that's what overtone singing, or sometimes it's called throat singing. I think it's a little different, maybe like Tuvan throat singing, overtone singing. They're related. I'm not sure those are exactly the same, but that's what that was. And let me try to demonstrate a little tiny bit for you right now in case you missed it. So what you want to listen for is there's a high note that will be happening over my main note. And yeah, let me just try to demonstrate. Sounds better with reverb, but and I'm a little rusty. But still, I think you could hear it in there, right? It has a little. If you're listening on tiny phone speakers, that's probably good because I will bring that out even more. The high pitch stuff. Anyway, so you can look into that if you're curious about overtone singing. I think I have a video on overtone singing, how to do that on my Kalani music channel, not on this channel. And I know there's some amazing singers out there that really have dialed it in, the overtone singing. In fact, there was one woman that not only does overtone singing, but she actually does regular singing with overtone singing and harmonizes with her own singing at a very high level. It's insane. So I don't know if you guys can find that. I don't know what her name is. I just know I saw it one time. It was incredible, you guys. So of course, anything I'm doing here, there's people out there that have taken it to a super high level, and that's good. My role is to introduce you guys to things and just point you in a direction and say, if you want to know more, go that way. Okay, Roseanne is on it. Yeah, I think that is. Maria Hefele? Hefele? Hefele. That's not how you pronounce it. All right, so yeah, look that up. Check it out. All right, you guys. So now we got to keep moving. It's 5:30. See, it's always 5:30 when we do the next part of our patented broadcast. Here it is. Guess the sound. Okay, now I've done this one before, you guys. So first person to correctly name it gets all the points. All right, here we go. Let me get an extra microphone. What is it? So what you can do to get the points is use a general name for the instrument plus a modifier for extra points. All right. All right, Roseanne, yes, is the closest so far. But, well, I would add another word to that, but vibraslap is correct. There's Cornelius with a funny thing. A turning, a turning, did you say a turning? A turning thing. I don't know if it's turning, but I'll show you. So yeah, it is a type of vibraslap. However, I know it's hard for you guys to see because it's black and it's small. It's here. Let me see. You know what I can do is I can hold it up against the drum. Now, check it out, you guys. This is well, I would call this a mini vibraslap, and it's also not just got one little rattle, but it's got two. And you can hear my voice, hello, resonating on the drum. This is a thing. It's an official thing, and let me go to the side camera so maybe you could get a little bit closer view. So that's what it looks like. It's got two cone-shaped. Wow, we're really into the cones today. It's got two cone-shaped and then little jinglies. You see how that works? And, you know, they both rattle, and then it's just got this kind of handle, so it doesn't really need, like a regular vibraslap has the ball on one side, right? It's kind of like a counterweight. And then the sound mechanism on the other side. And also, this is metal. There are metal vibraslaps. Most vibraslaps are wood, and they're designed to, here's extra points, Roseanne, if you want to get, or somebody can get it. The vibraslap is made to emulate the what instrument, or the what thing that is an instrument from back in the day. It's a modern version of something. All right, so that's what this is. So I would just play this like this. Just hit it. You could tap it on your leg. Just get them going. And I've used this in recordings. This is on my, at least I know it's on my second CD. I used it as, in a certain song somewhere. I don't remember where, but yeah. So that is mini vibraslap or mini metal vibraslap. And yes, jawbone, that's right. The jawbone of an ass. It is like a donkey jawbone, and that's called the quijada, or quijada. I think I called it quijada one time and people were correcting me. Quijada. Yes, and Cassandra got it. Jawbone. And the way that works, you guys, it's not really just the bone. Okay, the bone is the holder, and the teeth rattle because it's, you know, it's an old one that's dried out. And the teeth of the donkey, it's getting pretty morbid, I know, but just hang in there. This is a traditional instrument, you guys. The teeth rattle inside the jawbone when you strike the jawbone, and that's called a quijada. You can look it up. So that's kind of loosely what this is based on, all right? Mini vibroslap, mini metal vibroslap. I kind of wanted to use it in the first part, but I didn't want to give it away because I had to save the, you know, guess the sound. All right, so congratulations, Roseanne. You get all the points today, not only for the main instrument, but for the information you provided in addition. So thank you for that. How many points do you want? Don't be super greedy like Cornelius. But you can choose. I'll just let you take as many points as you want today. Okay. And yes, it is good. Give me 5 fodder. And for those of you who don't know, we will be moving on soon to the Gimme 5. And so that's one of the things that you can use. Let's review real quick what you can choose for the Gimme 5. Last week, I got going. We went a little long, which is fine, but some of you probably have things to do. So I want to try to end on time today. 13.5 points for Roseanne. All right, I think that's good. That is a modest amount, but that's a fair amount, I think. Lately, I think maybe I've been overly generous with the points. So you got it, 13.5. All right. Now, let's go over some instruments. So we have the frame drums here, and just so you know, we've got the bendir, which is the one with the snare. We've got the Chinese drum, which is kind of like a duff. You can say the Chinese drum or the drum with rings, which is this. And you can hear the difference, like the bendir has a natural head, this has a synthetic head. You know, and both are fine. They're just different. And then we have the Glenvelez Bowron. You could just say the big drum. And this has neither snares or rings. It's resonant. It rings a lot. So those are up for grabs. And then we have, you know, the tambourine thing. We've got the sistrum. We've got shakers. We've got some seed pods. Oh, I did play these in the opening. Seed pod rattle. We've got harpo marks. We've got flute. We've got the mini metal fiber slap. Be careful what you wish for if you want that. And then cajon, of course. And other stuff that is within reach, like I have an ukulele over here. There are some different native flutes and stuff in the studio. If you're a regular, you guys know kind of what I have available. I do have a conga over here, but it's kind of it's a little bit blocked right now, so I would have to dig that out. The bongos are still out of commission, so I think that's about it. That should be plenty for the Gimme 5. When you're selecting your instruments, here's the thing, you guys, and let me just talk for a second about arranging for percussion, because maybe some of you, you know, will do that, or you want to do that. You want to make a recording, or yeah, do looping. What I recommend is that you choose by pitch, right? So you choose like a low thing and a couple middle things and a couple high things. And if you remember, let me just go back to the first looping example and listen, and all of those things are in this. Now, you see how we have low, we have middle, we've got medium, high, and then we have like jingly stuff. And then we also have an element that just comes in once in a while, right? The little horn, which I love, by the way. I don't know why that's so satisfying. It's just fun. So think about that. Think about that you guys are the producer, kind of, right? You're requesting like make some music with these instruments, and so think about that when you're putting your your set together, your set of instruments, or don't. That's just my advice, but you don't have to do that. That's okay. All right. How's the picture? Is the picture okay? Because I'm looking at my computer and it looks like, I guess it's okay. It looks like the computer's like moving slow or something. We are trying to stream to Facebook at the same time, which is usually fine, but I don't know if it's taxing my internet connection or what. All right, so Cornelius is in. Christina has one, and Daisy has a give me 5. All right. So we're gonna give that a minute, and I was gonna say we'll give it a minute, and Roseanne can look at that, and she's already picking Daisy. So all right, let me give it another look because it is now scrolled out of my screen. So okay, big frame drum, cajon, native flute, harpo, marks, and vibra slab. Okay, yeah, I think we can make that work. So that's the. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is since I know I'm not using this, I'm going to set that down, and then I'm going to put a couple of things right in front of me here that you asked for so I can grab them easily. Let me put this. I'm going to set the drum down. Will it fit there? Let me see. And because when I'm, if I'm going to do any kind of recording or anything, I just want to preset everything, make it super easy for myself to grab. So we've got cajon, big frame drum, and the vibra slap, the horn, and what was the other thing? Was it native flute? Yeah, native flute. All right, we got native flute right here. And I'll see if, my goal would be to create something different than I did earlier, right? So I'm going to erase everything in the looper. And while I do that, I have mentioned this every week so far. I want to mention it again, and that is that we have a new masterclass with Matthias Philipson on the Patreon site, patreon.com/Kalani. He generously did a 4-part bongo series, bongo course, and I think he has some unique ideas that are not only unique but useful, right? So I'm into doing stuff that I can use, and so I would check that out. Also, the other one is Randy. Let me get him up here. Randy Gloss is coming up next month in May, and he's going to do something here, probably in the studio. And maybe I'm not sure yet, but maybe we can do something where it's kind of semi-live. And if you guys want to drop in, if you're a patron, you will know. You'll get the link. Like we'll probably be on Zoom or something. And you guys can have some input, like maybe ask questions or make some requests, all right? Because, the masterclass stuff and a lot of the courses and things on my Patreon are for the courses tier patrons, which are the people who are choosing to invest in themselves. Not everybody does, but the people who are choosing to invest in themselves are getting all that stuff. In fact, I have a new video I just shot. It's going to be up probably later today, and I'll post that up there for courses patrons. That one is going to be actually it'll be on YouTube, but patrons get notation, so they're going to get notation. I'm excited about that one, so look for it coming up on the channel probably later today or tomorrow at the latest. But I just did a video that's 8 variations of the basic tumbao. So it's for like congas or djembe or ashiko, whatever. You could do it on cajon, but whatever hand drum. It's kind of like hand drumming. But I took the basic tumbao and I show you guys 8 different ways, 8 different variations for a basic tumbao. So for me, that's super useful. They're all different, which is fun, and Some are challenging, some are kind of easy. But that's the kind of stuff I really like to provide for you all, because it's simple, but it's good and it's useful. All right, that's the main stuff. So that'll be coming out soon, but you get notation on the Patreon side. All right, and then just you can chip in and feel good about that. All right, let me catch up on what are we talking about? Disco. That's the thing about me yapping, and then I look over and people are like, let's go disco, which is fine with me. All right. And all right, let's see. All right. Well, can we do disco? I mean, I guess we will. Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm going to find, I don't know. Well, I'll do my best. I'm going to find a different beat in here. And so just give me a second, and I'm gonna listen to my whatever backing beat I want to use. Let me see. And let's go to the ever popular disco tempo of 120 beats a minute, which should feel familiar. All right, this is pretty good. All right, I've got a I've got a little backing track thing. So why don't I start to play some stuff? And if you have any other questions or comments, put them in the chat, and then we'll come back at the very end, and if we have time, we can get to that. I'm just going to check real quick. And yeah, welcome, Joe, if it's your first time here. And I'm glad you guys have learned some stuff today. All right. So I'm going to shift gears and try to do some disco with, with what we have. That's a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see. All right. Okay. Why is there so much reverb still? Okay. Woo! Okay, you guys know I had to end with that. All right. That was, yeah, it was kind of fun. That's funny. Somebody says disco, and I've got these instruments. That was nicely challenging. I like that. It was like, it's not something I would have thought of, which is the point of doing the Gimme 5 stuff, because you guys challenge me to do things I normally wouldn't do. And that is fun. That's cool. So thank you for that. That was Daisy's, right? Yeah. Oh, your husband walked by, wiggling his hips. Ha ha. All right. Ha. Well, maybe you ought to go catch him before the wiggle wears out. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So I appreciate you all hanging out. Thanks everybody for showing up. And Cornelius is playing his keyboard along. Yeah, I mean that's the nice thing about a disco beat, right? Is like it's very accessible. It's very fun. You know, it is a dance tempo. So yeah, fun. That was kind of fun. Thank you, Roseanne, for being our host. If you guys have any questions and there's anything I can help you with, go by patreon.com. If you join, you can join at any level. There's even free patrons, but you're not really a patron. It's just kind of performative. It's you get updates and you get to see like notifications. But as far as getting information, and if you guys want to contact me, please join over there. And people, you know, if you're a patron, ask me questions, ask me for advice, run some things by me. Sometimes people are looking at instruments. Like I know Roseanne, sometimes, you know, she's a patron and she'll be like, what do you think of this? Or what do you think of that? Or whatever. And I'm happy to, you know, just give you as much help as I can. All right. So thank you again for stopping in. If you guys, if you have the means, please promote World Drum Club to your friends. And yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, and as Roseanne said, join us on Facebook. There's a World Drum Club page over there. And that's a nice place to share. Like, if you guys have anything you're excited about or you want to share with the community, you can do it there. You can also post things, ask questions. That's a nice spot, you know, just to kind of have a community hub. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. So let's go out with a little bit of disco vibe. And we'll see you next week, and we will not see you the week after. I wanted to get in that announcement. So the last week of April, I'm going to be having an event that is Monday through Friday. And it will be really difficult to do Tuesday Museday. I'm not even going to try. We're going to take that week off. I'll try to post something. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make a video and I'll post it at 5 p.m. so that if you guys are having Tuesday Museday withdrawal, at least there'll be something there. All right. Yes, staying alive. Let's go out with a little disco vibe. And I'll see you guys next week, but not the week after. All right. So mark your calendars now, and we'll see you guys soon. See you soon.
World Drum Club.